GM meetings have wrapped in Las Vegas. Ross Stripling is left without a qualifying offer. Blue Jays almost certain to trade a catcher this offseason, if not two. And now reports are saying Blue Jays even likelier than trading a catcher, which is almost certain to trade an outfielder as well. Now, we've been talking about that as well. Lourdes Gurriel Jr., Teoscar Hernandez, both free agents at the end of next season. The need to move George Springer out of the center field spot so he can play more DH, go easier on his body. A lot of reasons to trade an outfielder, but now we're seeing, as reported by Shi Davidi here, Blue Jays probably trading an outfielder this offseason. So that's pretty big news. We're going to get into all this, what it means. Let's start with Ross Stripling. No qualifying offer for Ross Stripling. So qualifying offer for Ross Stripling this year would have been $19.7 million for the 2023 season. Look, I know a lot of Blue Jays fans are disappointed by this news. They wanted to see Ross Stripling back with the Blue Jays. Does this mean he won't be? No, it doesn't. Why would they have not done this? Well, why they should have, I suppose, is if they really wanted Ross Stripling back by attaching a qualifying offer, it just does encumber the free agency process when it goes to other teams because of the compensatory draft picks that would be attached to a qualifying offer. So by offering him the qualifying offer, if a team like the Dodgers or the Mets or the Giants or the Cubs or whoever wanted to go after Ross Stripling, it's a much less appealing guy to pursue as opposed to a guy that doesn't have a qualifying offer attached. So ultimately, it does put a little bit of a stain on his value, which would be a little bit more leverage in the Blue Jays' opportunity to sign him. Now, why didn't they? The downside is if he accepts the qualifying offer, $19.7 million for the 2023 season is a massive overpay for a Blue Jays organization who, as Scott and I discussed earlier this week, have so much money already invested into the starting pitchers. $20 million a year for Jose Barrios moving forward. He's basically a number 4 or a number 5 pitcher. Yusei Kikuchi, 15 plus a year for another 2 years at least. He's a bullpen arm at this point. Maybe he competes for the number 5 spot. We'll see how spring training goes. Ryu, dead money right now with his Tommy John surgery, won't play next year. Some people are saying, oh, he might be back mid-season. Look, it's Tommy John surgery. Maybe it will. He's old. He's getting older. Tommy John, late in the career at this point. They can't afford to miss again. It was a great season from Ross Stripling. He gave us 134 innings. It was a weird swingman position where he started in the bullpen. He gave us a couple starts. He went back to the bullpen, gave us a couple more starts. Why would he take it? Look, he's looking for starter money. Who's going to give him starter money? I've been saying this for a long time. The reports I've read, the experts, God knows I'm not one. Friend of the show, David Sampson, always hammers down on the fact that, look, starters and the ability to eat innings is a real factor when it goes into contract negotiations. Ross Stripling has never been a full-time starting pitcher. The 134 innings that he gave to us this year are by far a career best. 2018, he did 122 for the Dodgers, 101 last year, 100 in 2016. Every other season has been below that. He's 32 years old. There are question marks. Can he give us 170, 180? 190 innings, that's like, we're talking Cy Young territory if a guy's pitching 7 innings a game for 32 games a season. But can he give us 160 innings? He's never done it. That's a big innings increase for a guy who's going to be 33 next year. So if you're Ross Stripling, maybe you don't get the offers that were quite as appealing as you thought. I mean, he pitched great this year. He absolutely did. But look, his agents would have been talking to the managers. I know that no tampering or anything goes on officially right now, but he's going to have an idea already of what kind of offers he's going to get. And maybe he thought, you know what, 19.7 million to pitch 1 year with the Blue Jays. I'm going to be if Ross Stripling accepts the qualifying offer, he is absolutely the number 3 pitcher in our pitching staff, in our starting rotation. He does not pitch out of the bullpen this year. Not for $20 million. So that gives him a real opportunity to pitch 178 innings. Make $20 million. That's nothing to sneeze at. Re-enter the trade market. The difference between being 32 and 33, not that big a deal. But the difference between having a proven, look, I can pitch 175 innings versus, well, I've never done it before, but I looked good through 130 and I could probably go long. Like, it's just, I don't think he would have taken the qualifying offer, but depending on what he's hearing, what his agents is hearing from these GM meetings in Las Vegas, there are reasons why he might have taken it. And that would have really handcuffed this Blue Jays team. Another $20 million. Maybe this means the Blue Jays do have $20 million earmarked for a mid of the rotation guy, a top tier free agent pitcher. I don't even want to speculate on names. That's your job down in the comments. Let me know. If we're not giving $20 million to Ross Stripling, where are we going to spend that money on? By all accounts, sounds like the Jays plan to add maybe 2 relief pitchers, maybe a third one if he has options, like a guy that can be sent to AAA or something like that. And then definitely need to add a starting pitcher still. So if we're not spending $20 million on Ross Stripling, does this make you feel good? That maybe this means, look, after the Jays, Ross Atkins just spent last 3 days in Las Vegas with other managers. This is like this isn't the calm before the storm, but this is like the rough draft session, right? You're compiling your notes heading into the winter meetings in December, right? You're having those unofficial conversations. Obviously, the Jays were fielding a lot of interest on the catchers. We'll get to that in just a second. You're not officially making these trades, but you're seeing what the interest is like, and that does affect decisions that you make on a guy like Ross Stripling, right? So to me, and this is just me being the super optimist here, to me, the fact that we didn't offer him the qualifying offer means I feel like Ross Atkins probably feels pretty good about the way the conversations with some of the other GMs went. Maybe he is planning on trading a catcher for a starting pitcher. Maybe he does plan on signing a starting pitcher. Like, if we add 2 starting pitchers and we lose Ross Stripling, we're going to feel okay about that. But Andrew Heaney, by the way, not the guy I want to be bringing in. So, anyways, kind of a weird news, but not quite news unless we kind of really try and read the tea leaves here on this Ross Stripling stuff. But again, you guys aren't here for my analytics. That's for damn sure. Ross Stripling, great 2022 season. A big reason the Blue Jays even made the playoffs after the catastrophe that was Yusei Kikuchi, the unfortunate injury-plagued start and conclusion to Hyunjin Ryu's season, and the weird up-and-down roller coaster of Jose Barrios. Ross Stripling was a real unsung hero on this team. If he doesn't get $20 million a year from the Jays, I hope he gets paid somewhere. Chicken Strip, thanks for your time in Toronto, and we wish you all the best. All right, I just want to pivot now slightly to this, which I thought was interesting. So again, this from Shi Davidi here, gauging where the Blue Jays plan to dine in a carnivore's market. So carnivore's market is the term that Scott Boras has come up with to describe the free agent frenzy that is going to be this off season. I think I'm better with analogies than Scott Boras is, but I don't know. Sprinkle a little cheddar on that free agency market, and we'll see what we get. All right. The one notable takeaway that I got from this article here, again, Shi Davidi, friend of the show, had some great conversations with him. Now, Shi Davidi has given us a little bit of a peek behind the curtain. And what he says is that he does hear a lot of things. He talks off the record with guys like Ross Atkins, Mark Shapiro frequently. They give him a little bit of insight into what their real plans are, but it is off the record. But as Shi Davidi has told us, that those off the record conversations, and Arden Zwelling and Ben Nicholson Smith have kind of echoed this sentiment, is that they do hear some off the record whispers that do kind of formulate the things that they speculate on. So when they're speculating about something, I'm listening, is my point here. Okay. So obviously there's a lot of talk about the catcher position. Blue Jays have an abundance of catchers. And now this quote here, Ross Atkins said Wednesday, quote, "There are teams that are extremely interested in all three of the big league catchers." That's Danny Jansen, 15 home runs, career high this year through 72 games. Gabriel Moreno made his big league debut, 25 games. He did play the last game of the season at second base and left field, I believe, as well. And Alejandro Kirk, who just won a Silver Slugger award. So plenty of teams with extremely interested in all three catchers. Ross Atkins is going to field offers on all three. It's not up to him to decide who the best trade piece is. It's up to him to decide what the best offer he's getting in return. And we could be in a situation, remember this, where Ross Atkins maybe values Alejandro Kirk as the most valuable catcher for this organization moving forward. But if another team values Gabriel Moreno more, if the Astros are offering us a better package for Moreno than they are for Kirk, then that's absolutely the one we're going to take, right? But here is the big takeaway that I'm looking at. There are teams that are extremely interested in all three of his big league catchers. However, there are some in the industry, again, Shi Davidi saying this, who feel it's even likelier that they trade an outfielder. So we've been speculating on this for a while now. George Springer needs to play DH more often. We can't have him playing 120 games a year. We need him in there for 140, 150, 159 games a year. Center field is a tough spot to play. If we move Alejandro Kirk, free up the DH spot for more of George, and he's playing right field because we've moved Teoscar, or left field because we've moved Lourdes. And look, now we're starting to see it, okay? We're starting to see the chatter. And again, if it's extremely likely that the Blue Jays trade a catcher this offseason, and it's, quote, even likelier that they trade an outfielder, one of them's gone. For me, this is what I'm reading. Let me know in the comments. Am I crazy here? Or when I read this phrase, even likelier that they trade an outfielder, that's like 100%, right? 99% that we're trading a catcher. So it's 100% that we're trading an outfielder. Lourdes Gurriel Jr., left fielder, free agent at the end of next season. Teoscar Hernandez, right fielder, free agent at the end of next season. One of them has to move to make room for Georgie. Georgie moves. Maybe we get Brandon Nimmo, fill that hole in center field, bring in the lefty bat. Little certainty with the roster moving forward. I don't know. I've been on it since this past trade deadline that we needed to move one of our corner outfielders. And now it seems like that is imminent. So I guess what I want to know in the comment section here is, of the corner outfielders, if one of them is gone, and let me know, maybe I'm reading too much into this, but when I read even likelier, it just seems to me that means even likelier. So if one of our corner outfielders is gone, because there's no way George is gone. George Springer's not going anywhere. If Lourdes is gone or Teoscar is gone, Which would you prefer? Which one do you want to see the Jays hold on to more? Because this is an interesting debate for us to get into, because there are so many people who are so passionate about Lourdes. There's so many people who are so passionate about Teoscar. Honestly, this is kind of the fun and the pain and the anguish of being a sports fan, is that you get to have your favorite players, and then you have that gut-wrenching moment when they get traded away. Just recently, friend of the show, Taylor Sacedo, pitcher for the Blue Jays, was claimed by the Mets. That was a gut-wrenching moment for me. Scott sent me the tweet. Taylor Sacedo, claimed by the Mets. Very heartbreaking. Had to reach out to Taylor. Wish him all the best in New York. It's tough, man. You get to know these guys. You get attached to them. And it's sad when they're gone. So let me know in the comments which of these corner outfielders is the invaluable guy that we just can't live without. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the interaction and the growth through the off season. This is always our busiest time of year, so we could continue to come at you with content as close to daily as we can get it. Appreciate you sitting through this weird episode today. If you're new here, please subscribe, let me know in the comments again your thoughts on all of this. If you're not new here, appreciate you being a part of the walk-off community. Drop a like anyways, just because you know you want to. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Cheers.